What's up, y'all? Got another got another little breakdown for our high school team, Miguel High School. Got our week 2 breakdown. Kind of just going same thing, going through our week 2 opponent, how we did, and breaking down the plays that we need to improve on, how the game went, all that stuff, some things that I seen. Uh, Before we get into it, just want to apologize. Any background noise, got the gardener outside, got the fan going. It's a little hot. Uh, cameras coming through my computer screen. My camera just overheated, so gonna do it through the FaceTime screen. So if the quality's a little down, just my apologies. Um, but I just want to thank you guys for the support. Make sure you keep liking and subscribing on me and my brother's podcast. That's why I'm dropping this content as well at Olave Boys Pod on YouTube. Is on the ticker below. And then make sure you guys keep following along on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Olave Boys Pod. Once again, that's on the ticker below. Appreciate the likes, subscribes, the interactions, and all the love you guys show. So diving into it, our week 2 opponent was LCC. Coming into the week, this is a number 5 versus number 7 matchup. LCC being 5, us being number 7 in the county in San Diego. As you can see right here by the score, they kind of came into our house and just put BTA belt to ass. It was a rough one. If we're being 100% honest, they outplayed us, they outcoached us, they out schemed us, they out efforted us, out energized us, whatever you want to say. They did it to a higher level, a higher standard than us. Um, from start to finish, from the first quarter to all the way to the end. We did play a little bit better in the second half, but by that time they kind of had their second and third unit in there, and the game was already out of hand by halftime. So um, credit to those guys. In my opinion, they showed us what high level Division 1 open level football is supposed to be. As I kind of mentioned, we're a smaller school, Division 4 by enrollment. We won the D4 title 2 years ago, so we kind of made that major jump into the open and Division 1 talks um, faster than fast tracked. Honestly, this team LCC's they've been in the open division, they've been in Division 1. They're power in the avocado, which is one of the tougher leagues in San Diego. Um, so they're always battle tested. They got a great coaching staff, a lot of former NFL players that played a lot of football, know a lot of football. Very smart kids. They can tell that they're well coached. They listen, um, and it showed. It showed in week 2. So um, let's jump right into it with some of the plays that impacted the game or stood out. This right here, let me pause it, get it full screen. This right here is the first play of the game. They come out in a tight trips bunch, which we practice all week. They were very very vanilla the first game. They played St. Augustine, who probably isn't what they used to be. So they are very vanilla. Didn't really show much. They kind of just ran very basic stuff. Didn't put a lot on film, so we kind of prepared off what they did in that game, and then watched obviously some of the games they had last year to get a feel of what they might come out in and do and want to run. But this kind of showed up a lot. Some tight trips bunch. I think they end up shifting. Oh, they end up motioning over. So they motion over to a two by two with a tight end. So it ends up being a tight end wing and then 2 receivers to the boundary. I believe we're in a cover 2 right here. Once they shift over, we're in a cover 2. Got our corners up. Um, if you look at the bottom of the screen, our corner right here, Gianni, lined up kind of outside shade of this wing. Um, once I get I'm gonna try to get a little ticker or edit the plays to where when I talk about somebody, you guys can see it and follow along easier. But if you're looking at the bottom of the screen right here, this is Gianni between our logo and the X. He's the corner. They shift over. This is the first play of the game. They shift over. We're in cover two. He shifts out, and then we have preached all week setting the edge, being able to set the edge on those pullers and those crack blocks and stuff like that. So he triggers really quick, reads it, sees the run, comes up, makes the play, first play, makes the tackle, celebrates. Right. So first play of the game, we come out. It looks all good and gravy. They run a play that we've seen all week in practice. Our corner triggers. He reads his keys, has great eyes, comes out and makes the tackle on a very good running back, a Division I type of running back that's going to UC Davis, and we make the play. So from there, I'm thinking, as a coach, okay, we know we're well prepared, we're ready for whatever happens, and our guys are ready to go. But then play number 2 happens. Let me see. Oh, my bad. Play 2 happens, and they come out. Boom, 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 boom. So they come out, same exact formation. Now they instead of tight trips bunch with the Y attached, they go tight trips bunch they detach the X, so they put a receiver outside. Our corners flip sides. We wanted Brandon, our Texas A&M commit, 5-star corner. We kind of wanted him to kind of float around with number 5, who we felt like was their go-to receiver. So number 5 is right here. He's at the bottom of the screen, the outside receiver on the tight trips bunch. So Brandon and our corner Gianni flop sides, and this is where I say we were out-coached and out-schemed. LCC, obviously, they did their homework. They know we're going to run a lot of man. They know we have a certain 3x1 check we like to get to, which we kind of, most of the time, usually run to 3x1s when teams come out in 3x1s. It's usually a cloud coverage where we have the corner sit in the flats, have the safety roll over the top, and then have our backside safety roll to the middle of the field. Our corner to the one receiver side is usually locked. So this is where they got us. They know we like to run that stuff, or we're in man coverage for the most part. So they did a good job of using different formations, different motions to kind of play with us and test our communication, make sure we're all on the same page, make sure we're running with our guys and all that stuff. And we did honestly a bad job, which is part of it is on coaching. We didn't do a good enough job of obviously preparing for that, and it showed in the game. But play number 2 right here, 2nd and 10, after we got the tackle at the line of scrimmage from our number 1 corner. They come out, same thing, flip the formation, detach the receiver. So just based off what we like to do, and as I kind of described our coverage, we're either in man or we're in cloud. To our 3x1 right here, we're in cloud. Or should have been in cloud, but we had the original call. We had a blitz called, so obviously our checking out of it didn't really relay across the field. So our linebacker to the boundary or to the weak side of the formation, he ideally should have this running back 1-on-1, but we had a blitz called and he didn't get the check out of the blitz. So as you can see, let me pause it actually, just tell you what I'm talking about. The linebacker at the top of the screen, if you just watch him, he's lined up at about the 43-ish to the LCC side. Another thing, they motion out. Our corner doesn't adjust. We have practices during the week too, but obviously we didn't do a good enough job of communicating this on the field. Our corner should have bumped out with that. And then our linebacker blitzes, leaves the running back wide open to the flats. Then it's off to the races versus a good running back. And this is the second play of the game. So We'll let it play again from the back angle. So our safety, he should be rolling to the our safety, who's the deepest guy right in front of that referee. He should be rolling to the middle of the field, giving a cover two look to this tight trips bunch to the right, and then our linebacker who's in a blitz call. He's already out leveraged, so they kind of already had this play from the get go. He didn't get checked out of our original call, in which he should take this running back to the flats or anything to the boundary, which is in the middle of the field or so to the weak side of the formation. He he ends up blitzing. We know our DN doesn't peel, which he's not supposed to, since the linebacker should have him, and that running back is just wide open. That's just easy routes on air. Corner slips, safety gets picked off, touchdown. Second play of the game. So we kind of spotted them an early touchdown just based off not getting to our right call, not relaying the call across the field, but our communication was just poor, right? Our corner still didn't adjust to that motion out, which we should have, and it was just bad all around. So this was actually their third touchdown, which is out of the same formation, which is full screen. They run the same formation. This is, I think it's already 14-0, maybe 14-7 at this point. I can't remember. Might be 14-0. But they come out in a tight trips bunch again, detach the X, run the same exact play. This time we're in our it's second and 15. We're in our nickel package, so we got 5 DBs on the field. And then the same thing, right? Bad communication, bad eyes. Guys not getting lined up right. Our corner at the top on the LCC side, he's looking for the call. Don't know if we're checking out, if we're running the call that was called. Our two safeties are deep. Our corner's up. So, and then our nickel back is bouncing from side to side. I think our DC had originally called he called cover one or some a variation of man, so we should be in man. But like I said, naturally our 3x1 check is usually to go to cloud and play a cover two to the field or cover two to the pass strength, and then a cover 3/man backside. Usually when you have the number one receiver, we just lock it, and our safety rolls to the middle of the field. So on this play, we had half our guys playing man, half our guys playing cloud. So we're just all over the place once again. They do the same exact play. Motion out. We late to adjust, but this time he does adjust. So to the bottom, we're playing man. But we're playing man. We got our cover linebacker in. We got our nickel right behind them. They should be. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you who should be going, who should be covering, just because we're all over the place. But ideally, we should have been. We should have these guys covered up. We should have. I think we had a blitz call, so our linebacker should be going. Our middle linebacker that's sitting right there in the middle of the field on the hash. Our safety is going to take that running back to the flats, which he does, kind of, and our linebacker doesn't blitz. Like I said, we're playing two different coverages at once, so it looks funky. Our communication was poor the whole night. But this time the quarterback doesn't go. He reads that linebacker that's flaring out, covering the wheel, the play I just showed you that they scored on. So now he gets to the second read, which is the under route, which if we're in man, a guy should be running with that. If we're in cloud, our other linebacker would be the one that's nearest to him right now, would be walling it. So when I say wall, that means he blocks it off from going to the other side of the field, because we're in man coverage to the other side. So we kind of wall the defense. So he's going to take that first crosser, wall it, and run with it, since we're pretty much in man and everybody's back's turned to that boundary side, which, as I mentioned, our LCC probably seen that on film. I mean, they're smart guys. They're good coaches. so they know, they have a a 2 to 3 read play. Quarterback doesn't like the wheel. He gets to read number 2, which is the under route, and their best receiver wide open catches it, and this is just bad tackling. He runs through our guys, scores a touchdown. Right. Let me see if I got the back angle on that. So look, we go back to there. The call was man, but then we have our guys putting up their hands in the air, which is our cloud call. They calling some guys playing cloud, some guys playing man. So I think our coach, we probably yell, no, just stay with the call. The linebacker puts his hands up, doesn't know what we're playing. Nickel moves to the field, kind of just playing a zone. So we're just all over the place, and it was bad. Quarterback gets to read 2, throws the under, easy touchdown. Let's get to the next play. As I mentioned, this was a rough night, so there's a lot of bad on this film. Right here, we're in a man call. They come out in what is it? Just a tight end wing to the up top, or to the left side, and then a flanked out X and another tight end to the closer side. We're in man coverage. Guy motions down. Right, our corner. So it's 2 ways we could play it, where we just lock it and our corner just takes his guy that just motioned down, or since it's super tight, we usually want to banjo this. I think up top we're in a banjo. Down here, Brandon's guy motions down. Our safeties walked up on the tight end, and then we kind of just assume that we're gonna banjo, and there's no communication on our behalf. So we're assuming we're in a banjo, which our 2 guys right here at the bottom of the screen should be banjoing. Boom, guy goes back across. Ideally, you want the inside guy to run with it across the formation since we're in man coverage, but no communication on our end. Guy runs across the field, wide open. And then our corner up top, he has a chance to be savior because his guy blocks and we're in a banjo up top. So our safety to the field is actually covering this corner route, which he runs with. He's the only guy to cover somebody on this play. Our corner kind of just gets bad eyes, chases the running back, reads, looking in the backfield, sees the running back go to the other side. Even though this is not his man, he could have been savior and probably had a pick or a PBU or made this tackle. 3rd and goal, 2nd and goal, but wide open touchdown to the flats. Right. This was kind of the story all night, just bad communication, bad eyes, whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, these guys out schemed us, and they did their homework. Right. They're well coached, not dumb guys that are just gonna play to our advantages. They're gonna, they know we ran a lot of man coverage. They know, misdirection and kind of motions and shifts just to get us to communicate was the issue. So they tested us all night, and it just showed us that what we needed to work on defensively and improve on. So it was definitely a major L, but a lesson in letting us know that we need to improve on a lot, coach up certain things, and up our intensity in practice and our preparation. This play was towards the end of the game. Got some of our backup guys in. We're in man coverage. Quarterback throws us a nice little pick. T Money, our superstar freshman, gets a pick. Kind of comes off his guy and gets a pick. So that was another good play on defensively that I wanted to show. Good instincts by T Money. He's covering his guy. His guy runs him off. Looks back. Quarterback sails the out route, which our safety had covered, and then T Money falls into a pick, which leads to some points that we scored. He should have ran it back. He ain't got no juice to get to the zone, but gets us into the red zone. I think we scored a couple plays later, but that was one of the few good plays defensively. And then diving in offensively, I can't say it enough. These guys are, well coached, well prepared. Um, these guys were very multiple on defense. As I mentioned in the San Marcos breakdown, we kind of usually stay in 10 personnel, so teams kind of umbrella us, like to drop eight, go three down linemen. But LCC was very multiple. They didn't let it. They showed that we couldn't just prepare for one defense, right? So this is like the first play of the game, or it's one of the first plays of the game, second play of the game. Um, they have a linebacker walk down, so they're in a three down lineman walk a linebacker down, and then they have three other linebackers, um, kind of just roaming around the ball, and then they go, was it four deep? Looks like probably cover three. I think they went cover three right here. Kind of flash that linebacker out. So they had nobody over number three, so the stick route was wide open. I think we ended up running stick right here and got about 10 to 12 yards. Um, but this is just a screenshot just to show how multiple they were on defense. So they have three down linemen, as I mentioned, a walked up backer on this boundary side to our sideline at the bottom right here, and then a cover three behind it. This is another look they gave us. So they go four down linemen, right? They put that guy's hand in the ground, 4-3, and then this is a too high shell. So 3rd and 6, it could be cover two. Corners are tilted. Could be cover two, could be cover four, but they have four down now. So probably no threat of that guy dropping out. One of those guys dropping out. They're pretty much showing that they're gonna bring four. This is all on the first drive, I think. And then this is a later in the game, a 3rd down look they gave us. So they bring out the usual 3 down lineman with the umbrella defense, cover four, and then they just sit. So they got like a cover four behind it, and then they sit a guy in the middle of the field, which is the guy between the 40 and our logo. So it's just an umbrella defense, right? Keeping everything in front of them. This is not even the third. They ran this mostly on 3rd down, but this is 1st down right here. So I think we're probably chasing major right here at this point. And that guy's just a Robin, right? He's looking for any crossers coming across the middle of the field. He's just sitting in a high middle zone, and then they got cover four behind it. So I call it umbrella because they're just keeping everything in front, right? Staying over the top. And I mean, at this point, we can't even run the ball because we're chasing points. So we got to probably try to get some points on the board pretty quickly. And then I think I got one more look that they gave us. So yeah, this is another look they gave us, a 3-3 stack. I don't remember what they ran coverage wise behind it, but now they have a 3-3 stack. They probably have a nickel or overhang to the right of this, to the wide side of the field since we're on the hash. But yeah, as I mentioned, these guys were just super multiple on defense, right? They didn't give us a single look. They did a good job of switching it up, and that just goes to show that like they were super well coached, well prepared. They definitely sent a statement to us, and it was definitely a wake up call for us. All right, we came out, got punched in the mouth, pretty much punched us in the mouth all night. They were flying to the ball, had high effort and energy on the sidelines. They had offensively, they had answers to whatever we wanted to run. They had multiple reads on within one play based off the coverage we gave them. So, in my opinion, we got really outcoached. Right, we didn't prepare our guys well enough. We didn't give them the answers to this test, and we didn't make the proper adjustments to be able to put our guys in position to win this game. So the good thing about it is it kind of exposed our flaws and what we needed to work on, both offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. And it showed us definitely that Division One and open division football is at a much higher level, and we need to up our practice habits, up our coaching styles, making sure our guys are well prepared, making sure we're reiterating throughout the week what we need to our keys, what we need to be looking at, what we need to be prepared for. Multiple checks, being on the same page, communication from not only from the players but from the coaches. So this was a wake up call for us. And as I mentioned, LCC, they did a hell of a job. They did it at preparing their kids. They're one of probably the best coach teams. They probably, honestly, I know they play in a brutal league, but they shouldn't lose a game this year until, I mean, they'll be tested in the playoffs if they make the Open, obviously. But that team was well coached, well prepared. And shout out to Coach Sovakal. Um, I believe their OC is Joe Staley. Um, Coach Jose offensively. They did like I said, they did a hell of a job preparing these guys. And at the same time, they helped us get a lot better too after this week, right? Exposing our flaws, what we need to work on to be a better team, and what we needed to do improve and go forward and make this run to be in the top division in San Diego. So those are a few plays defensively and offensively. I don't know. I didn't give you guys some plays on offense, but a few looks that they gave us offensively that kind of gave us fits. But that's pretty much it from that breakdown on this game. Our week 3 opponent was Loyola out of LA, which I'll probably get to that video this week sometime. I'm recording this as a start of week 4, so we're going on week 4 to play Torrey Pines. We just played Loyola in LA. As I mentioned, I'll get to that video this week and drop that for you guys. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in and showing some love. Appreciate you guys. I'm gonna try to work on getting some for these breakdowns, getting some like a laser or just editing these plays so where you guys can follow along easier and not have to scan the field and listen to my voice as I'm talking. But make sure you guys continue to show love on our podcast, in our YouTube page, like and subscribe on the ticker below at Olave Boys Pod on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Olave Boys Pod. I'll continue to drop these weekly as well as other content with my brother, just breaking down what's going on in the sports world and our lives and stuff like that. But appreciate you guys for the love and support, and keep showing love. Appreciate it.